everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you had a great week. Today we're in the world of Newcrest building this 30 by 30 corrugated modern home, and you'll see why I called it that. But this is a split level style home, which I considered the first level to be a basement, even though it's not below ground, kind of like in the black void, if you will, of the game. And then I used some platforms to create some kind of like split leveling for the entryway and like a raised flower bed garden. And in the basement area or the first level, there are bedrooms, a home office, a little gym space, a bathroom, laundry. And then upstairs you have your main living space, like your kitchen, dining room, living room, and then you have another bedroom and a bathroom for that floor. This is very much a family style home. It's great to be back doing some modern kind of regular builds that, you just, I don't know, not that Royalty and Legacy is bad. I just, it's nice to be back into like what I would consider a quote unquote normal style for me. Yeah, this build actually went together pretty quickly too. I was thinking about doing like iron beams down here, but we changed them to wood. I think I end up using Adventure Awaits to act kind of like wood supports. And then you can see the wraparound deck here, which leads to the backyard. That's from the upper level, which is off the dining room. I was thinking about putting a fireplace on this one end and kind of like using it as a support structure, but then I realized that wasn't actually the living room space. That's actually going to be the primary bedroom space. So we do get rid of that a little bit later on. There is no fireplace in this house, which is okay. It doesn't really need one. We're just finishing up some trim here and creating a nice railing for the front entryway. And then I use this nice gray stone, which I also believe is Adventure Awaits. And then this is why I called it Corrugated Modern, because I use this wooden, kind of almost like metal looking, but it's a wooden kind of corrugated material that was, I believe, from Businesses and Hobbies. In this nice charcoal color, which I think complements the stone quite nicely. And then the half wall topper is actually from Royalty and Legacy. So I do use some objects and things from Royalty and Legacy in the build. So it's not like it's fully gone. It's just we're not building that style or in that world. So yeah, I was thinking about making like a fake garage door down here, but then I thought having a nice wall of windows would be great for a home office, so that's what we did instead. I do actually end up parking a debug undrivable car out there just for some realism, and it kind of actually lines up quite well with the little like dip in the sidewalk in the world there, which was on purpose. I wanted that to be kind of like a driveway of sorts. So yeah, just sorting out the inner staircase now, which will lead you down to the lower level with more bedrooms and everything like that down there. Just figuring out color schemes. And we're now putting together the kitchen, which is this kind of style of kitchen, kind of like a galley style almost. There is lots of natural light in this house, which is really nice to see. We do the dining table over here, and then there's the giant sliding glass door, which leads out to the upper wraparound deck that you saw. And now we're putting together the living space, which I believe I keep this furnishing. I just shift the objects a bit closer, and then they end up shifting back just by like one or maybe two tiles, just because I felt like it was cramping in on the dining room space just a little bit. So it does move over by a tile, which is quite nice. We go for a nice muted color tone in here, nice wood tones. There's an archway into a little like doorway area. It's kind of like a little hallway up here. This is the main floor bath, which is kind of also the primary bedroom bath as well. It's shared. And then we have the primary bedroom on the corner there, which is up here. I went for this cool little like mosaic kind of tile kind of feature in the main bath, which is like between a white and a black with like a darker color stone, which I end up using all of sleek bathroom fixtures for that. Just figuring out curtains for the main living space. And this is when the objects shift, because I realized the TV and everything wasn't centered in between the windows, which I wanted it to be. And then we're doing a stone or tile wall on the back behind the kitchen, and I carried it into the dining room as kind of like an accent wall. But if you do like this build and you like what you see, it is available on the Sims 4 gallery. Here is the gallery listing for that. It's just called Corrugated Modern. It's 85,764 simoleons, 3-bed, 2-bath. There's laundry, home gym, play area, home office. I used a combination of 25 packs and kits across the whole thing, so it's like between expansions and stuff packs and all that fun stuff. There is some maker content in there, but the gallery listing doesn't show that, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen. But I did use some maker pack content for a couple of the lamps, like above the dining room, and I believe in the primary bedroom, as well as an area rug or two potentially. So yeah, I'm not really sure how that's going to work, but they were from the marketplace. I did see that there were 2 new marketplace packs released this week, which the Japandi living room by Sixum CC looks really nice. I believe Sixum also did a Japandi style bedroom as well. So I think those kind of packs go together quite nicely. I didn't get the Japandi living room yet. I was thinking about it to use it for this build, but then I thought, we'll save that for another time potentially. And another modern build where we can kind of use that a bit better. And also, I don't have any moolah, so, can't really purchase anything from the marketplace without any moolah. We're now doing some exterior lighting. I wanted it to kind of shine upward on the stone kind of like retaining wall where the gardens are. And just kind of all around kind of lighting a path for your Sims to be able to see and kind of get around a bit. I think it looks quite nice. I did set the lighting color to warm throughout the whole build and was trying to figure out shrubbery and some landscaping down here. And I end up settling on this debug bushes kind of thing. Square, very uniform, but also very modern. And we carry that around throughout the entire house, and we kind of continue it into the backyard as well. Just trying to hide the little gap between the front staircase there and then the actual like foundation, because I couldn't get it to go any closer. I still wanted to have that like first step down, so of course it's going to be pushed away. And I thought about making like another planter box, but then that would have been lower. I don't know, it just would have looked too weird, but I did consider it there. So I kind of like how it turned out in the end. We are now finishing up the kitchen, and I opt for some overhead storage with a vent hood above the stove, and then I do some open shelving to store some clutter. The fridge is from one of the kitchen kits, I believe. I don't remember which one, but I love that it had like all of the magnets and drawings all over it. So that's why I chose it, because obviously I was making this like a nice modern family home in my head. So I thought the magnets and all the little photos and stuff were a nice touch on the fridge. Instead of just using the Home Chef fridge, I think this one also kind of works nicely with the Home Chef Hustle as well. And then we're doing a nice little side table in the dining room. I do end up finding a fruit bowl, which is from Royalty and Legacy, which I put there instead of the little fern plant. So we will change that out later. And then we do some lighting in the living room. I try to match the shades to the taller light fixture you see kind of freestanding over there. I believe that is from one of the maker packs, but I really liked using that, so I thought I would use it. But yeah, I couldn't match the colors 1-to-1, but that's okay. It's nice to have some variation in the objects. We're now working on the bathroom, which I went for black fixtures in here, a black toilet, and then a sink, which I believe is from Adventure Awaits. So I didn't actually use an entirely sleek bathroom, because the mirror is also Adventure Awaits as well. And then the light above the vanity mirror is from Business and Hobbies. So quite a mixture of content here, but I like having the archway into the showers. Kind of creates a nice little special bathing room. There is no tub in either bathroom on this house, so if you have toddlers, maybe it isn't the best, though a tub could easily be added, especially to the downstairs bathroom. There is quite a lot of space in there. You can see, like, when we get to that later on in the video, there is like a little kind of glass shower divider stall thing that I build, so you could easily just shift some of that stuff around and add a tub if you do need that. And now we're just finishing up the primary bedroom, which I plop in these nice decorative shelves. I believe they function as dressers. They are from one of the more recent kits, and just putting around some different clutter and everything like that. And then I put some stuff on the upper shelves. Weirdly, I couldn't slot anything to the middle shelves. I tried, but nothing would slot there. So I was just like, okay, I guess I can't use those. I guess I can't put anything there. But I guess having some empty space isn't the end of the world. And then I was putting some soap by the kitchen sink and then some bags over by the front door. And then I put a record player in on one of the tables, and now I'm just finishing the flooring and picking a wall color. And then we do some curtains, which these are Royalty and Legacy as well, but they are the sheer variant of the curtain, which I use those, I think, in the other bedrooms as well, except for the one bedroom that is out by the kind of like elevated garden bit. I used shorter windows for that, obviously, because it would cut into the platform there. I did think about putting the laundry room in the back, but then I was like, wait, this is attached to a bedroom, so I think the laundry behind the stairs would make more sense. And I was just pulling out some items for later, just to remind myself to, hey, do a playground. That would be nice to include. So that's kind of why those objects are there. But yeah, you can see I use smaller windows on this portion, so that way it wouldn't clip through the foundation. And I styled this more for like a girl's bedroom, so I did some pinks and some makeup and things like that when we get to like the clutter and decorations. This is the home office out front. I was going to use this bookshelf originally, which was from Royalty and Legacy, but I decided not to. And instead I find something else. I believe it was from one of the other recent kits, so I liked that I used that instead. And I do change it to white just to kind of match the furnishings of the office, which is a lot of comfy gamer kit, which I thought was nice to use because I like having the double screens and the desk and everything. Is just a nice style, and I think it fits and kind of goes well together. Just grabbing some items out and putting some clutter over here on the shelves, and I just decided let's just carry the hardwood throughout all of the rooms. And now we're doing the laundry room, which I did a stacked washer and dryer. We do a sink down here just for some realism, but overly it's not really that cluttered or anything like that. And then there's a hot water heater and a power box as well, which was also from a more recent kit. Although I do know there is a variant of that in the Love Struck expansion, but I used the kit version because this one looks way nicer than the one we got with Love Struck. I'm also not sure if it's functional. I haven't really played with the one from the kit, but I want to say it probably is. I believe it's from like the garage kit or something that we got that has a whole bunch of different objects kind of like that. I think that's where that came from. It was basically right after Love Struck came out where we got those functional ones, and then you got that kit which also had functional ones, but these ones look better than those. But yeah, just finishing up the bedroom here, and then I put an area rug out here under the stationary bike, which is from Adventure Awaits. And now we're doing the final bedroom, but also I was going back and forth because I was carrying around some different objects and rugs, and I thought, oh, this rug will look better over in the other room instead. And then we go for this one instead, which I really like. And then I believe those side tables are from Love Struck. Those hanging wall lights, ceiling lights, I'm not sure where those are from. I want to say they're from another one of those maker packs, but I really love the look of those, and I thought those would be great to hang over the side tables of the beds. So that is what we did. Doing a curtains and potted plant in front of the window, and we do have a small dressing area which also leads back to the bathroom that's attached to this bedroom. So you will have to go through the bedroom to get to the bathroom on this particular floor, but that's okay. It's not a huge deal. Just finishing up the clutter in this bedroom. And then in the very end, I come and add things like posters and things like that on the walls. You might have noticed that I really didn't add any paintings or anything. But we do add that later on when I'm basically finished. We're now working on the white bathroom. So you can see here I have the sink and toilet, and this is where I build the kind of like shower structure out of glass. So you could easily fit a tub in here, I think, just by shifting some stuff around if you did need a tub, but that's kind of all that went into that bathroom. But still very nice to have. And then we're just putting some rugs in front of the bathroom vanities. So now we're finishing up the home office with some chairs. I thought it could use something else, and I thought some white chairs were quite nice. And now this is where I'm kind of finishing up and adding in some more detail to the room. So this is where I go through and add some paintings and posters and things, which I believe some of those were from high school years. And then also the Comfy Gamer kit. And then in here, I believe that was a Love Struck painting that I just hung. And then this is a base game one. And that's base game as well. But yeah, and then I believe I move upstairs maybe. But I wanted to put some more clutter on these shelves, but I left some of them empty. Just, they didn't need to be fully cluttered. And that's when I was trying again to fit something on those middle shelves, but I just couldn't. So I was like, well, I guess it is what it is. So we're not going to fight with it. And yeah, just putting a painting in the primary bedroom. And now we're moving outside to do some yard work. So I add in this fire pit, which is nice. We'll add chairs around it later. I do add an outdoor barbecue grill and a table up on the upper deck. And then we do make a playground, a custom playground, though short, using some of the items from Adventure Awaits to create and piece together a cool, fun little playground. But I also keep the swings as well, which that teardrop-shaped swing set is from Business and Hobbies. But I think it's quite nice and goes quite well. I believe there is a swing set that comes with Adventure Awaits to kind of better match this playground, but I thought having something a little different was quite nice, just to kind of divvy it up a little bit. But yeah, just trying to figure out the pieces and elements that I wanted to include with the playground. But basically they can climb up one side, go through, play with the different little things, and then slide down the other side and go on the swings. That was my thought process. You start from one end, get to the other. Just trying to figure out chairs out here around the fire pit. And I was thinking about like stone benches and things, but then I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to like use a whole nother packer kit, because I already know in my head that I was like, I've used a lot. So I kind of wanted to keep it to ones that I've already used and utilized so far, just not to require another packer kit. Doing the mailbox, an outdoor trash bin, an indoor trash bin in the kitchen here, just kind of tucked in between the counters. And then we add burglar alarms on the upper level and then the lower level. And then I finished landscaping off camera, which wasn't much, just a couple of trees and some additional shrubs and stuff and some more terrain painting. But this is the finished Corrugated Modern. I love the back kind of side yard aspect, and the playground area is really nice as well. This is a top down of the main living space and then the lower level living space as well, with the laundry room and home gym. This is looking at the front entrance, and then we zoom around through the main living space. And it's just a really nice, cozy, cute family home. Very nice and modern, but also very clean and bright and airy. Lots of natural light, as you can see from the light coming through all of the windows. And it's just a very fun, clean home. This is the upper floor's bathroom. Quite nice. I went for dark fixtures in here because I thought that just kind of matched well with the tile, and then carried some of the navy blue from the bathroom into like the bedding. And then we move downstairs to the gym area, just small, but you could easily add some other equipment, like a treadmill, I think would go great down here. I just wanted to use the bike from Adventure Awaits. So yeah, this is the laundry room. And then we move into the girls' bedroom, and then the home office, and then the final bedroom, bathroom, and back outside to take a look at some of the yard stuff. But yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this build. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see, if you wanted something more modern or something of a particular style or just anything. Feel free to always leave a comment. I'm always open to suggestions. So yeah. I mean, I know there's like so many things I want to do in my head, but obviously sometimes you just forget them too. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this speed build. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. And I do thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon with another build.